I'm declining your application if you were raised by a single parent.
What?
I would want to see what kind of a parent would have raised you.
Hello, Dad? My interviewer's calling for you. He said he wants to see my father.
Trouble Busters!
Next candidate, please.
Yes? My name is Helen. I'm here at my final interview at the hospital that I've always wanted to work at. My heart is pounding so hard. I made sure I prayed to every god and every religion possible so I could get this job, and I really hope this goes well. Hello, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself? Yes, my name is Helen. I graduated from T University, and I've completed my internship as well.
She was raised by a single parent.
Huh?
Please continue.
Sure, I'm a hardworking, dedicated person who's always focused on a positive mindset.
But she was raised by a single parent.
Huh? Would you tell us why you're applying with us? Sure, I've always been fond of how your establishment takes care of your patients.
Okay, that's enough.
Huh?
I'm declining your application if you were raised by a single parent.
What?
How dare you apply with us without feeling ashamed of yourself? I would want to see what kind of a parent would have raised you.
Oh my God.
First of all, your parents have no common sense to even get divorced. I'm sure you've been raised in a terrible environment.
He doesn't even know anything he's talking about. My mother had always made time on my birthday, no matter how busy she was. And my father had done anything he could have ever done to raise me after they left each other. I'm proud of my parents. I don't care. I am going to fight for my parents. I am not letting him get away with this. Trouble Busters!
I wonder what kind of failing parent could raise a shameless child like you.
I can perhaps do that for you. Would you like to see my father or my mother?
I vote for the father.
Hello, Dad? My interviewer's calling for you. He said he wants to see my father. He happens to be here, so he'll be right here.
What? Really? I can't wait to see his face. I'm right here. Huh? Oh my God! Mr. Harold, what brings you here? You said that you wanted to see my face, right? Huh? Wait, Miss Helen, don't tell me! Yes, she's the daughter of our hospital's greatest investor, Mr. Harold. What? Oscar! Madeline, why didn't you tell me that before we started the interview?
I knew you wouldn't read the interview notes that I handed you.
What are you laughing about?
Great to see you, Mr. Harold.
Oh, great to see you, sir. So, how's the interview going? Oh, it's going great, let me tell you. Oh, hey, Oscar! It sounds like you're having fun conducting these interviews, Stuart. Oh, that's not right. I was just about to start getting ready for the interview. I was just warming up, you know?
Couldn't you get warmed up before the interview started?
Shut up! Before the interview? Stop taking a memo! Anyways, I was just trying to make sure I changed the ways I talk to the candidate, especially since we get a lot of different patients with different backgrounds.
Oh, I see.
Don't look at me like you're looking at a culprit. So, how did my daughter do in this interview? She's hired. You don't even have to ask.
Oh, yeah? I thought you weren't hiring me because I was raised by a single parent.
Is that so? No, that's not true. Ms. Helen must be misunderstanding something. I've been just testing her. Working at a hospital can get tough sometimes, so I wanted to see if she could handle the stress.
Ah, I see. I was surprised, though. I never thought that hospitals could get tough, just like the way you were laughing about the fact that I was raised by a single parent.
What? Is that true? Oh, I was surprised as her.
Oh, really? So was it a part of the interview process for you to say that you wanted to see what kind of parent would have raised me?
That's right, that's completely right. In my opinion, I feel that I should interview each candidate equally and fairly. Even if you become a doctor, you're just an employee in a workplace. Besides, seniority is always right in our industry, and I was shocked when I was told to ask that question, but I couldn't resist just because it was coming from the higher ups.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm very sure about that. Oh, it hurt my feelings too, having to act that way. If only you could act discreetly by hiding yourself in a cardboard box. What? What? Why are you laughing at me like that?
I mean, Dr. Stewart, you were the only one who placed that on our interview checklist.
Wait, how dare you?
What?
Oh boy! It seems like she's misunderstanding something. Anyways, let's not talk about any complicated things. Ms. Helen is hired. I can highly recommend that she join our hospital. Okay, problem solved, and this is all good.
Oh, but I would like to decline the offer.
What?
Of course I would. You insulted my parents when I respect them more than anyone else in this world. What makes you think that I would want to work at this hospital, knowing that I'd have to work with someone like that, right, Dr. Stewart?
Oh my God!
Let me tell you that my parents are cordial. They ended up parting their ways because of the differences in their lifestyles, but they still get along well.
Cordial? That's right, I tend to travel around the world a lot.
And my mother owns a business, and she can't be traveling with him all the time.
We both agreed that keeping the married status would cause us a lot of hassle in different ways.
And that's why they decided that they would file a divorce, so they wouldn't have to legally worry about anything as they go on about their matters.
Although we're legally divorced, we're still a family just the way we've always been before the divorce.
And therefore, my family has always gotten along, just like any other family.
Oh, how was I supposed to know any of that? Isn't the interview supposed to be part of getting to know the candidate? Huh?
But it almost seemed as if you were taking out your stress on me, Dr. Stewart. You seemed as if you're used to giving so many insults to me. I'm assuming it wasn't your first time.
Oh, stop looking at me like that. I've never done anything like that to any of the other candidates. Oscar, is he telling the truth? No, he's lying. Oscar, how dare you! Look, I may have ended up being a bit intimidating to her, but interviews can always be intimidating anyway.
A malignant tumor needs to be removed.
Are you talking about my future? Talking about my future? I said stop taking a memo!
Am I right in my assumption that you've been insulting all the other candidates who were interviewed before me?
I guess it ultimately makes that assumption right, but I'm making sure I conduct myself in a way that benefits the candidates. Do you understand?
Are you saying that you can interview however you want if it's part of your job to do so?
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes?
I asked you a question and you're asking a question back. That's completely unacceptable. And doesn't that tell us that you were raised that way? What exactly are you trying to say? She doesn't have the right personality to be a doctor, I'm telling you. Her father didn't teach her what he should have taught as a father, and neither did the mother. She can't even have a decent conversation, and that's because she was raised by a single parent. She would keep things very vague. But imagine she gets the 1 in a million chance that's as rare as a meteor striking our planet. You're gonna humiliate yourself with poor communication with others if I end up hiring you at this hospital. I've conducted your interview in every way that benefits you, and you only take it for granted. You're not going to be a successful doctor to take care of our patients, and therefore, that was why I decided not to hire you for your own sake.
Is that why you decided to decline my candidacy?
With you, Ms. Helen, there had been some errors on our back end as well, so I would like to deeply apologize for accidentally declining your candidacy at one point and would like to gladly offer you a position with us, all right? You just said things that clearly sounded as if Helen had no common sense. Oh, I just got too excited and carried away with what I was saying, so don't mind me, please.
Dr. Stewart, I wonder which one applies for you.
Yes?
I wonder if you're the mummy hunter who got lost and became a mummy, or if you were the mummy to begin with. To begin with, of course.
Shut up, you guys! You're not helping me at all!
I don't care if you hire me or not. I'm going to decline the offer anyway.
Huh? Oh, Ms. Helen, what are you talking about? You deserve to work at a hospital like ours. We would like to gladly accept you at our hospital.
Will you redo all the interviews then?
All the what?
All the interviews. I'm sure there were other candidates who were declined because of the same reason that I was about to be declined. If you're willing to redo all the interviews for that reason, I wouldn't mind considering accepting the job offer.
Oh, you must be kidding me. I'm only willing to offer you a position with us because your father is one of the greatest investors in our hospital. You're a VIP candidate, and there's no way we can treat the other candidates the way we treat you.
But isn't there any way you can redo all the interviews?
Of course not! Just think about it. We have dozens and dozens of candidates applying for a large hospital like us. In order for us to get through all the candidates applying with us, we need to decline as many as we can so we can get it over with.
Get it over with? This is unbelievable. Have you ever thought about how much your candidates study and work hard so they can get a job at this hospital?
Oh, that's the least they deserve. I'm just making sure that I judge every candidate fairly. Would you mind if I borrow it for a second then? Huh? I need to take a look at your interview notes that you have on that table right there. Why is that? Neither my daughter nor I feel that you're making any sense. I would like to take your interview notes to an expert to see if the interviews you've been conducting are up to standard compared to any of the average interviews that are being conducted in any industry. An expert? Who's the expert? A professor of psychology at Truvard University and a professor of statistics at Truford University. Also, no way! Stop right there! I'm sorry. I understand that you're one of the greatest investors in our hospital, but this is classified information. I can't possibly let you see this. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
I just said we can't let them see it! Why do you guys keep getting in my way every way possible, huh?
I've been fed up with you, Dr. Stewart.
Same here. What? Whose side are you on?
We don't work for you, Dr. Stewart. We work for the hospital.
How dare you!
I've been meaning to say this the entire time, but...
We're both raised by a single parent. What? So you've been on their side all this time? We're also going to be reporting this incident to the director of the hospital as well. What? You can't do that to me. I'd be in trouble.
Maybe you should have thought twice before you said anything.
Just like Miss Helen, we respect our parents for raising us to this date despite any struggles they may have had. We'd rather quit this job than let you get away after giving such insults.
You probably never thought that we were sitting next to you all this time, gathering all the evidence against you. But that's also how much we're upset with you.
But I wasn't even talking about you guys. It's not like I was directly talking smack about you or your parents.
We're upset because you insulted all the single parents in this world. I need you to apologize.
What?
Apologize to my parents, Madeline's parents, and Oscar's parents, and all the other single parents in this world.
What? I can't possibly apologize for such a small thing. I just happened to say what you guys didn't want to hear. I didn't do anything that I should apologize for.
Don't you realize that you're the one without common sense at this point? Let me say this on behalf of all families with a single parent. It doesn't matter if we have both parents or just a single parent in our family. No one ever wants to hear any insults against their parents, no matter what type of parent they are.
I was just saying from a third person's perspective.
Which is completely unnecessary. How dare you say things that are completely out of your business? I don't care if you had both of your parents or if you were raised by a single parent, but you have absolutely no common sense.
I'm a doctor, and I'm here conducting interviews to assess whether the candidate is a right fit to become a doctor. My perspective and my values are what rule these interviews.
Unfortunately, that's not true, and that's why all of this is happening to you right now.
What?
If you walk in our shoes and you were told that you can't become who you've always wanted to be because of your family situation, how would you feel? It doesn't matter what kind of family situation you're in or what environment you were raised in. Everyone deserves a chance to earn their dream job. If you're going to tell me that you have the right to take away that chance, you're wrong, and I'm not going to forgive you for this.
Does that mean you? I'm no longer investing in your hospital. What?
You better think about how every candidate that you declined had felt after being insulted by you.
Oh my God, wait, hold on a second. Can we just settle this problem here? Sure, I understand. Oh, thank God. Hello, is this the director? Oh my God, look at what you've done! Because you told your father this is all happening to me.
You did this to yourself. You didn't even care to look back and think about what you've done until my father got here.
I'm so sorry, but I feel like this is getting out of control.
It's already too late. Because of what you've done to me, I am going to make sure you would never be able to do what you've done to me to any of the potential victims in the future.
What the heck? But I worked so hard to earn my position. How is it possible that you're bringing me down like this? You're just a candidate. You took away all of my future.
You don't even deserve to say that.
We're canceling all the interviews that are scheduled for the rest of the day. All the candidates, along with those who have been declined, will be rescheduled for another interview with a different interviewer in place. You're all dismissed at this time. Oh my God, does that mean... Wait, hold on, please, wait, don't go. I'm sorry, please have mercy. Oh my God!
The hospital had rescheduled my interview for another day. As I knew, Dr. Stewart wasn't one of my interviewers. They later discovered that there were many other candidates who were declined just because they were raised by a single parent. Dr. Stewart had lost his job because of this discovery. Rumors had spread in the medical industry in our area after my father decided to terminate his investment, which made it challenging for Dr. Stewart to get a new job at a different hospital. I hope he learned his lesson. As for me, I ended up accepting an offer at another hospital, and I have finally become a doctor. I want to work as hard as I can so that I can be a help to as many patients as I can. Trouble Busters!